Welcome to Cash Flow and Cuss Words with Carly and Sarah, where they help you create the life and business you want with tips and encouragement so you can quit your day job, become a successful entrepreneur, and build a life you love. And now, Carly and Sarah.
Okay, hi, so this is Carly.
And Sarah.
And we're with Cash Flow and Cuss Words with episode
number 2.
All right, so today we're going to go through, we're going to start to go through our 8 questions of how to get to know us.
Yeah, so we have an 8-question series. We'll do the first 4 in episode 2, and then in episode 3, we'll do the last 4, and you guys can kind of get to know us, and get to know a little bit more about us.
It's going to be lots of fun. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not like pros at this, so we might mess up and we're okay with that.
Yeah, and that's going to be how it is. So, all right, let's get right into it. I'm bossy, so I'm going to ask the questions.
Okay.
Welcome to our relationship.
Okay. It works for us.
It does. Okay, so what is the one thing you wish you had known when you began your career?
Ooh, I wish that I knew from the beginning that I could charge my worth. For the first year, we undercharged by a lot. And one of our clients actually took pity on us and said they were charging way more. And we kind of looked at each other and said, okay, let's triple the prices. One of 2 things is going to happen. Either we're going to lose 2/3 of our clients and we're going to work a lot less and make the same amount of money, or we retain everyone or mostly everyone and we make a whole lot more money, quit our day jobs.
Right.
And it was the second. We offered a really good service and people stuck with us. And so we did quit our day jobs as an accountant and an engineering assistant. And now we do this full time since 2014.
Right. I mean, that's great. So,
what about you?
So this is a good question. I know we kind of talked about it. But basically, what I wish I would have known, like in the first place, like growing up, going through college, everybody's like, oh, you have to go to college, you have to have classes, you have to have a degree, you have to have all sorts of things. But in the end of the day, there's nothing in this world that you can't learn on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's it. Everything that I learned on YouTube or from a group or from a forum or from just talking with people. Letting yourself be held back because you don't have a degree or a class or a certification is just, it's can't do it.
Especially today. Really, it's just not necessary.
You can learn anything on YouTube. Did I tell you that I tiled the backsplash in my house and I did it all from YouTube?
Yeah.
Cut the subway tile. YouTube teaches you everything.
I love it.
Yes.
Agree. Completely agree.
All right.
You can definitely pull up anything on YouTube now.
All things. Okay, so Sarah, what is your biggest failure and what did you learn from it?
Outside of 2 failed marriages?
I mean,
I think most of my failures were a result of letting fear get in my way, and just like not trusting myself. I've had some really big fuck ups, but what I learned is that I can overcome anything. If my business completely failed tomorrow, I could start the very next day and do a whole nother business. I'm not afraid to lose everything.
And you have to get to that point where you're like, I don't care if I lose everything. Like, if you want to work for yourself, like, it includes risks.
Yes.
And sometimes you fail. And sometimes, now, you know me, I have like plan A, B, C, D, all the way down to Z because I'm a 6, which y'all are going to just totally learn.
I'm a 7, so I just start everything.
She just starts everything. I always have like a backup plan for my backup plan, right? Which my biggest failure, or one of my biggest failures was probably, you know, I'm also divorced. And some days I don't think it's a failure necessarily because I learned so much through my divorce. I grew so much through my divorce. I found out who I really was. But I went through a time period where I had a fear of making a decision. So failure can come from inactive, like from not having any actions. Okay. So if you have a fabulous idea and you don't act on it, then truthfully, that's failure in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, you know, literally Sarah and I were talking one day, literally this is how our businesses start off. I said, let's start a podcast. And she was like, okay.
Yeah, I never say no.
No, she never says, she never tells me no. I don't love to be in front of the camera. And she knows this.
I do though.
She does. So we're definitely yin and yang.
Yeah.
So,
oh, truly.
Yes. So, just don't be afraid to make a decision and go for it.
And this whole thing was born from having so many people come to us and ask us for help looking over their website, asking us about starting a business, asking us about marketing. And it was like, why not put all that information in one area where people can find it easily? And then I don't have to repeat myself because I am all about automation.
Like all the way. All right. So what advice would you give someone wanting to pursue a career that is similar to yours?
I think you already touched on this because my biggest advice is just to tell you to start. Just start.
Just do it.
It doesn't matter if everything's perfect. It doesn't matter if there's risk. It doesn't matter if no one else believes in you. It doesn't matter if you're scared. Just start it. There are people out there who have less talent, who have less smarts, who have less drive, and they are already out there making that money.
Making money.
That's your money.
That's right.
Go get it. Just start today. Figure it out as you go.
Yeah,
you don't need to have it all figured out first.
And that money is there. I mean, so, when you think about a career and we go, oh, we talked about this. Nothing is really new. Nothing is ever new. You're just reinventing the wheel in your own style. Like maybe my wheel is pink or maybe, everything is just going out there and branding yourself and doing what you want to do. For me, I really wish that I could tell people to learn balance. So I have 5 kids. 4 of them do not live at home. I only have the one little one at home. Sarah has a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to learn balance. Balance and structure are really very important to me. I find that if you go, you get really, really tired and then you quit because you're tired. And you don't see results like super, super fast. When you go into a business, you really have to do that business for 6 months to a year. I mean, really, or even a year and a half before you see profit and turnaround. So if you can learn balance and to marathon it instead of sprinting it, you're definitely going to make it. I'm going to step out for a second. If you want to read the next question and answer it.
What are the best resources that have helped you along the way? And for me, this is easy because audiobooks have been invaluable to me. I'm working, I put an audiobook on in the background, whether it's The 4 Agreements or Brene Brown or Unfuck Yourself. All of them have been huge in shaping my mindset, keeping me focused on success. These are people who are very successful, and I make it a point to listen to people who are very successful. They've already figured it out. I don't need to figure it out.
Definitely. So that's the thing we talk about all the time. I don't talk business with people who really don't care.
No.
Because they're not motivational. They not on the same page as me. I'm just not doing it. If we can't have a conversation where we're really rolling through ideas or just inspiring each other, then it's kind of a waste of my time. I know that sounds harsh, huh? But it is. No, it is what it is.
Because we've gotten to the point where we really value our time as though it is money.
Right. Oh, time is money. Time is either money or it is time away from my family. So I'm not going to waste my time on things that don't produce what I want in my life, which would be money and the lifestyle that I want.
Yeah.
Meaning my family, traveling, going to music class or whatever it is we do, right? So I know that...
what are your best resources?
My best resources. So YouTube, I love YouTube, right? YouTube's a shit. Anything you want to learn, do we not have this discussion, is on YouTube, okay? I love YouTube because it's it's just endless of people that do so many things. And all I can think is all of you people are out there. It really changed my mindset. We think in such a small mindset, of our bubble. Okay. So let's say I design a shirt And I'm like, oh, my friends would love this. Cool. But the people who live in New York might not like this. And I don't want to sell to just Louisiana for the rest of my life. It's not happening. I want to be all over the world. Right now, I'm in 7 markets, 7 different countries. So,
okay,
like,
boss lady.
I'm just saying, I have to design for the countries and for where we're at. And so visually, this really helps me. If you think about your subdivision, and there's what, like 100 houses, 150 houses, 150 families. One person in a subdivision buys your product. You make $10 off of it, right? How many subdivisions are in your city?
1,000.
How many subdivisions are in a state?
This is a trick question. 10,000.
A lot. And then times 50 states, right?
Right.
So you have to think outside of your circle of people, right? And so going onto YouTube, like I can watch like market forecasts or like forecasts of what people are buying, really opens up just my eyes to what other people are shopping for in other areas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So YouTube's my jam. I mean, and then, I'm like, music just helps. Music.
I'm not really a YouTuber. Maybe I need to like watch more YouTube. I listen to a ton of audiobooks, but generally like I'm watching my work, I'm typing, I'm doing whatever.
Right.
And so my 7 brain cannot look at 2 things at once and focus on 2 things at once.
Did you see that? Okay, I'm sorry if y'all
are just listening on like Apple
Sarah
or
and I
Spotify.
are spastic.
You'll
That's all I
have to
got.
tune into us on YouTube because
to see the outtakes.
the outtakes.
So anyway, but this is another thing that we didn't really talk about. We talked about like resources that are helpful for you. So like music is very helpful.
Definitely.
Sarah and I both like are very just driven by upbeat, positive things. We find that I personally find that if my home is in chaos, then I am in chaos.
Definitely.
If my home is clean and tidy and I have on, good music, then I'm feeling motivated. I get up in the morning, I put my shoes on, and I do not take my shoes off until I go to bed at night. Drives Joey crazy. But if I take my shoes off, that means I'm done for the day and I want to like sit down. I am trying to learn to take them off by dinner so that like I can wind down. But literally, I just technically work right after bed, right after Poppy goes to bed. So, yeah.
Yeah, you're like the hardest working person I know. so I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I am taking a page from your book. I'm not working from bed as often as I did like during 2020 when like all the pandemic was going on.
Hard. That was a hard year.
I worked from bed a lot, but now I do. I get up, I'll braid my hair, put some clothes on. I don't wear shoes in my house. But I'll put some socks on and I'll sit at my desk. If I'm at my desk, if I'm in my office, I am focused. I'll put on a good playlist. I have a lot of different working playlists, whether I'm focusing or I'm creating.
And another thing, we talk about like if your house is in chaos, you're in chaos. I have structures in my day, which we're going to go over in some of our podcasts, like of how we structure our days, things that work for us that can work for you. I've done this a long time. I've been doing this like 12 years.
You say you're old, Carly?
I'm old. If y'all didn't know that, I'm old.
She looks great though.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right, so those are our 4 questions for the day. We are going to come back on next week's episode, right?
We'll go through 4 more questions. And I think these are some of my favorite questions.
Yeah, they are. And listen, if you have a question for us, drop it to us. We would love to answer your question. If you are curious about something in our work or our work life, we would love to answer it. You can go on to our Facebook at Cashflow and Cuss Words. You can drop us a message. You can go on to Instagram at Cashflow and Cuss Words and drop us a message. If you message Instagram, you're going to get me.
I'm on Facebook, so if you're messaging Facebook, you're getting me.
Yeah, so also, I guess that's
like more of our yin yang.
Yeah, it is so much so. So, all right, well, thank you so much.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.